Fisk-you, Nick. What's good, y'all? Fist Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fisk-you while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Alright, look. Daniel Jones got his bag yesterday. Congratulations. Shout out to him. He at the bank right now counting stacks. Okay, my man, Cash Money Jones, is out here trying to figure out if he want to buy the yacht with 2 decks in the pool or the yacht with 3 decks and 4 pools, depending on how many broads he want to bring to the party. He don't know yet. He don't know if he want to be low key or he don't know if he want to be big timing like Baby and Manny Fresh. He don't know yet. But he gonna figure that out. You know what I'm saying? He figure that out. Danny, when you throw the yacht party, call your boy. Call your boy. Especially if you want beautiful women. I got a whole Rolodex full of dimes that I can invite to the party. You want beautiful women, you want to have a good time, you hit Big Fisk up. But this ain't about that. Which leads me to Nick Wright and that genitalia of a nose he has. I'm dead serious. His nose literally looks like 2 balls and a cock hanging from the top of his head. Am I lying? If you connect his eyes with his long beak of a nose and just envision your ball sack, that's what it looks like. He's ball sack face. His nose is huge. It literally hangs from his face. He literally has to lift his nose out of the way to eat food. Some people open doors. He opens his nose. He got a button that unleashes his nose so he can free up space to use his mouth to eat his own food. It's bad, bruh. He has a whole amusement park ride of a nose. Like his nose literally look like a water park, a skate park. It literally look like I can slide down it into a pool or I can get a skateboard and ride that bitch like a ramp. I've never seen a nose that big. His nose look like a whole banana, bro. I'm dead serious, man. You remember how Miss Trunchbull took Matilda and swung her around by her hair? If I ever get into a fight with Nick Wright, I'm going to grab his nose and spin him around like a damn helicopter, bro. I seen pistols that ain't as long as Nick Wright's nose. I wouldn't walk out the house if I had a nose like Nick Wright. If I had a nose like Nick Wright, I'd get plastic surgery immediately. Dead serious, bro. I could not live with myself if I looked like Nick Wright. I couldn't. Which is why I can't take him serious. I can't take him serious in the least. I can't. I'm so sick of him, bro. I'm so sick of Nick Wright hating on Daniel Jones for no reason. Number one, you have a flaccid dick in the middle of your face that hovers above the top of your lip. I can't take you serious. You have the avatar of a Star Wars character. I can't take you serious. You look like every little dude I used to punk, bully, copy their homework, and throw in lockers when they gave me back talk in high school. I can't take you serious. That's what you look like. That's what I see when I see you on television. Shut up. Stop speaking on Giants business that you know nothing about. You go on television yesterday and you bump your gums about Daniel Jones not being worth the money, saying he's never going to be good, saying he never has been good, and saying we should have franchise tagged him and overpaid Saquon Barkley. Are you stupid, dumb, or retarded? Pick one. I'm trying to understand this. How are we going to franchise tag Danny at $32 million and overpay Saquon Barkley? You don't know what you're talking about. You bring up 15 touchdowns for Daniel Jones and say it was a bad year when he had 6 game-winning drives in that season. He won a playoff game on the road versus a 13-win team that season. How was that a bad season? Throwing the practice squad players who you've never heard of. I bet you if you ask Nick Wright who caught those 15 touchdowns, he couldn't name them. The random tight ends, the random wide receivers he was throwing touchdowns to, he can't name the 15 people who caught those touchdowns. I bet he can't. And then on top of that, what makes this whole debate so sad with him is where was his energy when Daniel Jones threw 24 touchdowns? His rookie season, he throws 24 touchdowns in 12 games And you didn't say anything. You said he's a bum. You said he fumbles too much. You said he turns the ball over too much. You fast forward 4 years later, he's winning playoff games, and he is the league leader in fewest turnovers in the NFL, and you call it a bad season. Daniel Jones can't win with y'all. He can't win with the media. This is a dude in Nick Wright who gets on his knees and sucks the semen out of Trevor Lawrence every chance he gets. How come Trevor Lawrence deserves the world and everything in it for beating a sorry Charger team at home like he was supposed to do? He beat a Charger team in a playoff game at home, and everybody want to slurp him. Nick Wright thinks he's God's gift to football. He's the next best thing to Patrick Mahomes. But then you got Daniel Jones, who beat Trevor Lawrence in his building earlier this year, by the way. Let's not forget that happened. Go on the road with an inferior team, an underdog who was expected to lose, and beat a 13-win Minnesota team in their building. And it doesn't matter. It's fool's gold. Brian Dable threw those touchdown passes. Saquon Barkley was irrelevant the last half of the season. Saquon, you my boy, but let's call it what it is. The minute Brian Dable and Mike Kafka realized that DJ was him, the offense was his. That's not even debatable. Look at Saquon carries. Look at Saquon's production after the Texans game. It's non-existent. It's all Daniel Jones. And you want to sit here and disrespect this man on probably the best day of his life, besides getting drafted, probably the best day of his career. He got vindicated. He got validated for the hard work he's put in. And you want to throw salt on him and say he's never going to be good. How can people go on television and say these things about players and then in the same breath go defend other players and make them better than what they are? They take these stats, they take these analytics that they get from their freaking analytical department, and they manufacture narratives that aren't true. Shout out to JJ Redick, who went on First Take and validated everything I've been saying about these talking heads for years. They create narratives that don't exist. For anybody who sits here and thinks that Daniel Jones is not a franchise quarterback after having the same amount of playoff wins as Lamar Jackson, having more playoff wins than Kyler Murray, you're stupid or you're just a hater. Oh, Daniel Jones' contract is bad. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, and Deshaun Watson have more in guarantees than Daniel Jones has in a contract total. And y'all say it's a bad contract? It's a discount. Oh, Daniel Jones only had one good year. Well, so did Jalen Hurts. The only difference between Daniel Jones and Jalen Hurts' career trajectory is Jalen Hurts squeaked into the playoffs a year ago. The Eagles tanked and kept Daniel Jones out of the playoffs in 2020. If it wasn't for that, they'd had the same amount of playoff appearances. And speaking of which, you're sitting here you give Mac Jones a pass. Y'all are giving Mac Jones a pass. You gave Trevor Lawrence a pass, Nick Wright. It's okay for Mac Jones to stink under Joe Judge. It's okay for Trevor Lawrence to stink under that bum from college who went to the bar instead of flying home with the team. I can't remember his name right now. But you make excuses for every coaching staff but Daniel Jones. Nick Wright went on there and cried a river for Trevor Lawrence because of the inept coaching staff he had a year ago. And he goes out here and he makes excuses for Mac Jones over Joe Judge and Matt Patricia. But he seems to forget that Daniel Jones had to put up with that filth for 2 years. Daniel Jones carried this Giants team for 2 years under Joe Judge. Nobody wants to bring that up. I don't understand why you hate Daniel Jones, Nick Wright, a.k.a. SDF. Your new name is SDF. That stands for soft dick face. That's what you are. That's what you are. You literally have a soft, flaccid dick in the middle of your face, bro. You probably sneeze ball sweat. You sneeze semen, bro. Every time you sneeze, you probably sneeze semen, bro. It must be hard to be you. It must be hard to be you. Not gonna lie to you. But anyway, at the end of the day, a wise man told me don't argue with fools because people from a distance can't tell who is who. I understand more and more every day what Jay-Z said 20 years ago when he wrote that. It's a simple fact. It's like, I feel like sometimes people think I'm the fool when I go with these talking heads, because sometimes people listen to who's more popular. Sometimes people look at your sub count, they look at your Twitter followers, they look at your bank account, and that determines who they listen to. But time and time again, I'm right on the Giants. And they're wrong. Colin, you were wrong. Daniel Jones didn't get bitch for Tyrod. Nick Wright, you were wrong. Danny just got 40 million plus. At the end of the day, people, when it comes to the Giants, come to Big Fisk. Don't listen to these morons like Nick Wright. And you know what? I kind of went a little hard on this video. But I've gotten so much better at cleaning up my language and not getting too personal when I go with these bozos. Can I get a round of applause for showing growth and growing up and maturing a little bit? Because if this was me of a couple years ago, there would have been so many F-bombs and four-letter expletives in this video. It wouldn't have made any sense. But I'm growing as a person. So instead of me killing an ant with a sledgehammer, I'm sniping you like Solid Snake, trying to make sure Emma get across the damn bridge in Metal Gear Solid 2. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so shout out to me. But anyway, Nick Wright go SMD. First things first, the show is trash. It ain't been good since Chris Carter. And that's all I got to say. Subscribe to the unit if you rocking with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I approve this message.